Welcome to GlocalBuzz. Here we make a list of famous women who married very old men, which often led to public scrutiny and media attention. Before moving forward, don't forget to press the subscribe button. Now back to the list. 1. Gloria Vanderbilt. Gloria Vanderbilt, the heir to the Vanderbilt Railroad fortune, met the famous conductor Leopold Stokowski while she was still married to her first husband, Hollywood talent agent Pat DiCicco. Stokowski was 42 years her senior, but that didn't stop her from falling in love. In 1945, Vanderbilt divorced DiCicco and married Stokowski. She was 21 and he was 63 years old at the time of their marriage. They had 2 children over the course of their 10-year marriage. Vanderbilt ultimately decided to divorce Stokowski in 1955, following a short fling with Frank Sinatra. 2. Rachel Hunter. The supermodel met the legendary rock star Rod Stewart in a Los Angeles nightclub in 1990, and there was instant chemistry between them. At the time he was 45 and she was just 21. They married 3 months later at the Beverly Hills Presbyterian Church in Beverly Hills, California, on December 15, 1990. Together they had 2 children. In January 1999, Rachel decided to leave Rod after 8 years of marriage, which left him completely distraught. Their divorce was finalized on November 2, 2006. 3. Jerry Hall. Supermodel Jerry Hall married media mogul Rupert Murdoch on March 4, 2016, at the Church of England of St. Bride's, 8 weeks after announcing their engagement with a listing in Murdoch's The Times newspaper. This was Murdoch's 4th marriage and Jerry's first marriage technically, as the English High Court decreed her Bali wedding to Mick Jagger in 1990, not legally binding. Murdoch was a week short of his 85th birthday, and Hall was 59-year-old at the time of their marriage. Their marriage ended in 2022. Murdoch reportedly ended his marriage to Jerry with an 11-word email, telling her, "We certainly had some good times, but I have much to do." 4. Calista Flockhart. Calista Flockhart began dating actor Harrison Ford after they met at the 2002 Golden Globe Awards. Ford was 60 years old at the time and 22 years older than Flockhart. He proposed to Flockhart over Valentine's Day weekend in 2009. They married on June 15, 2010, in Santa Fe, New Mexico, where Ford was filming Cowboys and Aliens. This was his 3rd and her first marriage. They are the parents of a son, Liam Flockhart Ford, born in 2001, whom Flockhart had adopted before meeting Ford. 5. Anna Nicole Smith. In 1994, Anna Nicole Smith, then a 26-year-old model and actress, married 89-year-old billionaire oil tycoon J. Howard Marshall II. They met 3 years earlier when Smith was working as a stripper in Houston, and their relationship blossomed over time. This was Smith's 2nd and Marshall's 3rd marriage. Their marriage was met with intense media scrutiny, speculations about her motivations, and public fascination. Their marriage lasted until his death 14 months later, leading to a protracted legal battle over his estate between Smith and Marshall's family. The controversy and litigation surrounding their relationship continued until Smith's death in 2007. 6. Pam Shriver. Pam Shriver, a former tennis star, and George Lazenby, an Australian actor best known for portraying James Bond in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, met in the early 2000s. Despite their 32-year age difference, the couple became romantically involved. They married in 2002. The couple had 3 children together, 1 daughter and twin sons. After 6 years of marriage, Shriver filed for divorce in 2008, citing irreconcilable differences. During the divorce proceedings, Shriver claimed that Lazenby had a drinking problem and was emotionally abusive, accusations that he denied. 7. Celine Dion. Celine Dion and Renee Angelil had a long and remarkable relationship. They met in 1980 when Dion was 12, and Angelil, her future husband and manager, was 38. He mortgaged his house to fund her first album, believing in her talent. Their relationship turned romantic when Dion was 19, and they became engaged in 1991. They married in 1994 in a lavish ceremony in Montreal. The couple faced challenges, including infertility and Angelo's battle with throat cancer. Eventually they had 3 kids with the assistance of IVF. Angelo passed away on January 14, 2016, at the age of 73 after a long battle with cancer. 8. Katharine McPhee. Katharine McPhee and David Foster first crossed paths in 2006 when McPhee was a contestant on American Idol. At the time, McPhee was 22 years old, and Foster was 56. Their initial connection was purely professional, as both were involved in other relationships. McPhee was married to Nick Kokas and Foster was married to his 4th wife Yolanda Hadid. McPhee got divorced in 2016 and Foster's marriage ended in 2017. McPhee and Foster married on June 28, 2019, in a romantic ceremony in London. In February 2021, McPhee and Foster welcomed their first child together. This was McPhee's first child and Foster's 6th. 9. Sophia Loren. Scream legend Sophia Loren met Carlo Ponti in 1950 when she was just 16 years old. Ponti, 22 years her senior, was already a successful film producer and was instrumental in shaping Loren's career. At the time, he was married with 2 children. Despite the considerable age difference in Ponti's marriage, the two fell in love. However, Italian law at the time made it difficult for Ponti to obtain a divorce as it was not legal. In 1957, Loren and Ponti married by proxy in Mexico, but it was not recognized in Italy, where Ponti was still considered legally married to his first wife. The marriage sparked controversy in Italy, and Ponti was charged with bigamy, which was a criminal offense. To avoid legal complications, the couple had their Mexican marriage annulled in 1962, though they remained together. In 1965, Ponti and his first wife Juliana obtained French citizenship, which allowed them to legally divorce, which finally gave Ponti the freedom to marry Loren without legal issues in Italy. In 1966, Ponti and Loren legally married in France. The couple had 2 sons together. The marriage lasted until Ponti's death in 2007 at age 94. 10. Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor and film producer Mike Todd began a whirlwind romance in 1956 while Taylor was still married to Michael Wilding, with whom she had 2 children. Taylor and Wilding announced their separation on July 18, 1956, and were divorced on January 26, 1957. Taylor was 3 months pregnant when she got married to Mike Todd in Acapulco, Mexico, on February 2, 1957. It was the 3rd marriage for both the 24-year-old bride and her 49-year-old groom. Their wedding was lavish and it made headlines around the world. The couple had a daughter, Elizabeth Frances Todd, born on August 6, 1957. On March 22, 1958, just over a year after their marriage, Mike Todd tragically died in a plane crash. He was flying in his private plane, the Liz, when it crashed in New Mexico during a storm. Taylor was inconsolable after Todd's death, and she went through a deep period of mourning. She later said that she felt like a widow in every sense and never fully recovered from his passing. 11. Kathy Lee Gifford. Kathy Lee Gifford and Frank Gifford first met on the set of the morning talk show Good Morning America in the early 1980s. Kathy Lee was working as a correspondent, and Frank, a former NFL player and sportscaster, was guest hosting. They got married on October 18, 1986. This was her 2nd marriage and his 3rd. At the time, she was 33 and he was 56 years old. They had 2 children together. The marriage lasted until Frank's death in 2015 at the age of 84. 12. Paulina Porizkova. Paulina Porizkova and Rick Ocasek met in 1984 during the filming of the music video for the Cars song Drive. At the time, Paulina was a 19-year-old supermodel at the height of her career, and Rick was the 40-year-old lead singer and frontman of the successful new wave band, the Cars. Despite their significant age difference, the two were instantly drawn to each other. They got married on August 23, 1989, after dating for about 5 years. The couple had 2 sons together. After 28 years of marriage, Paulina Porizkova announced in May 2018 that she and Rick had separated. Despite their separation, Paulina continued to live with Rick in their Manhattan townhouse, partly due to Rick's health issues. Rick Ocasek passed away on September 15, 2019, at the age of 75. 13. Courtney Stodden. Courtney Stodden and Doug Hutchison's relationship was highly controversial and widely publicized due to their significant age difference and the circumstances of their marriage. They met in 2010, when Courtney, who was then 16, enrolled in an online acting workshop that Doug was offering. Doug was 50-year-old at that time. Doug, who was not aware that Courtney was a minor, began a courtship with them over the internet that lasted between 4 and 6 months, during which they fell in love before having met in person. On May 20, 2011, Courtney and Doug got married in Las Vegas. Courtney's mother, Calista Flockhart, gave legal consent for the marriage, which was required since Courtney was under 18. After their marriage, Courtney and Doug capitalized on the media attention by appearing on reality TV shows. In November 2013, after 2 years of marriage, Courtney and Doug announced that they were separating. Courtney cited their age difference as a significant factor, explaining that she needed time to grow and experience life on her own. 14. Stephanie Seymour. Supermodel Stephanie Seymour met industrialist Peter Brandt in the early 1990s, when he was married and a father of 5 children. She gave birth to the couple's first son, Peter II, in December 1993. Seymour and Brandt married in July 1995 in Paris. This was the second marriage for both of them. At the time of the marriage, she was 27 and he was 48. Seymour gave birth to a second son, Harry, in 1996, and a daughter, Lily, in 2004. In March 2009, Seymour filed for divorce from Brandt after almost 14 years of marriage. The divorce was called off as the couple reconciled in 2010. 15. Julie Chen. Julie Chen, the early show reporter, began dating Les Moonves, the president and CEO of CBS Television, while he was still married to his first wife, Nancy Weisenfeld. Nancy filed for divorce in April 2003, citing irreconcilable differences. On December 10, 2004, Moonves got a court to grant an early divorce. 13 days later in Mexico, he married Chen. At the time of the marriage, Julie was 34 and Moonves was 55 years old. In 2009, the couple welcomed their son, Charlie. 16. Bo Derek. Bo Derek was 16-year-old when she met John Derek, who was 30 years her senior and married to actress Linda Evans. Their relationship caused a scandal in Hollywood as Bo was underage when they started seeing each other. So to avoid legal issues, John Derek and Bo moved to Germany, where John would not be subject to prosecution under California's statutory rape laws. They returned to USA when Bo was legally an adult. Bo and John got married in 1976, when Bo was 19 and John was 49. This was Bo's first and John's fourth marriage. Their marriage lasted until John Derek's death in 1998. 17. Mia Farrow. Mia Farrow met Frank Sinatra in 1964 on the set of Sinatra's film Von Ryan's Express. Sinatra, who was then 48 years old, was immediately taken with the then 19-year-old Farrow, and the two quickly began dating. They got married on July 19, 1966, when Mia was 21 and Frank was 50. The wedding took place in Las Vegas at the Sands Hotel. This was her first and his third marriage. Their marriage was short-lived, lasting only around 2 years. By 1968, the couple had separated, and Sinatra served Farrow with divorce papers while she was filming Rosemary's Baby. Sinatra reportedly wanted Farrow to give up her acting career and become a more traditional wife, but Farrow was deeply committed to her work and not willing to abandon her career. 18. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas met in August 1998 at the Deauville Film Festival in France. Douglas, who was already an Academy Award-winning actor and producer, was 53 years old at the time, and Zeta-Jones, a rising star, was 28. They were introduced by actor Danny DeVito, who was a mutual friend. According to interviews, Douglas famously told Zeta-Jones on the night they met, "I'm going to be the father of your children." Despite the 25-year age difference, the two quickly became one of Hollywood's power couples. After a year of dating, Michael Douglas proposed to Catherine Zeta-Jones on New Year's Eve 1999. They got married on November 18, 2000, in a lavish ceremony at the Plaza Hotel in New York City. This was her first and his second marriage. The couple are parents to 2 children. 19. Lauren Bacall. Lauren Bacall and Humphrey Bogart first met in 1944 on the set of the film To Have and Have Not. Lauren was a 19-year-old newcomer who was making her Hollywood debut, whereas Bogart was a 44-year-old well-established star. At the time, Bogart was married to his third wife, Mayo Method, with whom he had a turbulent and volatile relationship. While filming the movie, Bogart and Bacall began a secret romance, despite Bogart's marriage. Their secret relationship deepened, and eventually, Bogart decided to leave Method. He filed for divorce in early 1945. Bogart and Bacall's romance, which had initially been kept quiet due to the scandal it might cause, soon became public after the divorce was finalized. On May 21, 1945, just over a year after they met, Lauren Bacall and Humphrey Bogart were married. The wedding took place on a friend's farm in Ohio in a small private ceremony, with novelist Louis Bromfield as the best man. They had 2 children together. The couple were married until Bogart's death from cancer in 1957. That is it. Thank you for watching. Check out other videos from this channel. Please press like and share on this video, and don't forget to press the subscribe button. Until next time.